Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Unfiltered podcast here. Sunday evening. No game to talk about because obviously we are playing 40 game a season. You know what I mean? Hold tight, Ruben Amrin for putting us in this position, but we move. You know them ones there, but we got everyone locked in. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. Ash, how you doing, man? Everything all good?
Yeah, all good, chilling. Yeah. I mean, had a nice weekend, enjoyed myself. Went to see that new Pixar film with the kids, Hoppers. Went to a Pokemon card show today. Yeah, kept myself busy with no football. It's nice. It's nice. I mean, taking my mind off the whole Newcastle debacle. Do you know what I mean? That was madness. That. But now, as always, a pleasure to be here. On the show and chatting with Flawless and Adam and the chat and that. So yeah, a pleasure and look forward to the show.
Yeah, big up to you. Big up to you. I think you might have to check your mic, Adam. I don't know if it's on or not, but big up to you in the building. Flawless, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, man, I'm blessed, man. I'm good. Blessed for having me as always. Yeah, it's yeah, you mentioned it there, 40 game season. Get reminded of it every single day, it seems. But yeah, just been chilling out. It is when there is no football, man. It's strange. Like when man ain't doing watch-alongs and like proper engulfed in what's going on. But yeah, all blessed, man. No complaints. Big up to yourself, Adam and Ash.
Yeah, big up to you. Big up to you. And obviously we got man like Adam in the building as well. Big up to you, man. Adam, how are you, man? All good?
I'm good, my bro. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me as always. Big up Ash, big up Flawless. And yeah, 40 games a season. And you know what? The thing is, 40 games a season and we play during the week. So even the little games we have, I tend to miss half of it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's annoying.
Yeah, man. I know you. Yeah, it is good, like, man. I don't know. Is this good? Is this good or bad? Like, I don't know, man. Like, obviously, it's one of them ones where you say that the players are locked in, Adam, but imagine like from like a football element, do you think like having less games is better, or is it worse for like continuity and like knowing what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like what do you think, Adam? Like, does it better for them or not great? Because we're hearing that Carrick is doing half training sessions, more time off. Like, what do you think?
I didn't see the time off half training sessions. I think we need to train more, if anything, to be ready, because we don't have game time. And the thing is with cup games is that you have a purpose as well. It's not even the playing time. Is that the players get locked in trying to achieve something. So there's that psychological element to it that we miss. That we're not going to win the Premier League. I think that's pretty obvious. So. And we're in the top 4, so the motivation to play well. I don't know. I wish we would play more, just because of course I want to see my team play. Like as a fan, that's one thing. I need to see them playing together more, so that gives Carrick a bit more time to rotate the squad a bit better as well. Play some of the other players at times, and you see that spirit that when you go far in a cup, it's I think that's important for the players as well. So I would prefer more games, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely, man, 100%, man. I mean, listen, the games we have had, obviously, there's we've had what 8 games of Carrick, 6 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw.
Yeah.
Flawless. There's a lot of people out there, still not convinced by Carrick. I mean, do you feel like the performances have dropped, like under Michael Carrick? Like, do you feel like we progressively got a bit worse, or do you think it's one of them where? Because I think it's, for me, like in terms of Carrick, the standard he set, like at the start, it was always going to be a bit of a downfall. A little bit. But do you feel like United haven't played well? Has our performances been coming? Has it been sustainable? What are you saying, Flawless?
I think it's a mix of everything you actually just said there. I think that's what it is. There was always going to be a drop-off from City and Arsenal. We was not going to continue like that. Also, stylistically, we're at our best counter-attacking. So when we play teams who get on the ball, on the front foot, and we can hit them on the break, of course, we're going to look at our best. And also, as well, we know United fans will tell you, this is what I don't understand. People will complain about the performances fall, and the performances have fallen off a little bit, which I'll get to. But people will complain about the level of performances, but then tell you we need 6 starters in the summer. So this is a team that needs 6 starters, 7 starters, or 5, or however many first 11 players you think, which is it's half. So let's say it's half. Let's say it's 5. You're saying half our outfield needs to change, and you wonder why our performance are not of a certain level. We've just leveled out. That's all it is. And also what people ain't taking into consideration, to me, our 2 best centre-backs are missing. Martinez and De Ligt are our 2 best centre-backs. You take the 2 best centre-backs out of any side in the league, whether it's the team in first, whether it's us, whether it's the team in 10th, whether it's the team bottom of the league, you are going to see a significant drop-off. And even if those 2 were playing, I think we would also struggle. But you see it, our squad isn't the best. We're all aware of this. I think we all know this, but I understand. I don't look at us in Manchester United in name only. I look at where we was when Carrick took over. We did nothing well. Like, word to Ash, what do we do well? We did nothing well under that footballing terrorist. So therefore, set us up, give us the basics. That's where I was at with it. Make us defensively solid, make us competitive and tough to beat. That's what he's done. Yes, would I prefer us to be better on the ball going forward and keeping possession? Yeah, but that's what he's done in this game, in these games. And because we have forward players who are creative and can score goals, etc., we've managed to nick games. Like, I'm not over the moon with the performances, no, but it's a start. I understand where we was when Carrick took over. I understand where we didn't finish 15th on accident, people. Much as people want to talk about we're United, we finished 15th. We averaged 1 win per month. It took us over a calendar year to win back-to-back games. I don't think people realize how bad. We had 2 clean sheets from August to January. I don't think people realized how bad we was. Sure. So I'm not looking at it as how far we've got to go. I'm looking at where we was up until the point where we're at now. Yes, performances need to improve. But I understand where we're at as a team, and we lack. There's many things in this side we lack. Athleticism, raw pace and power, great passes of the football. But what Carrick's doing is working with what we have. Again, am I happy with the performances? No. But I'm happy with us from a defensive standpoint. It's more on the ball and going forward, but that's where our weaknesses lie. People will tell you how bad our midfield is. Hey, we need to revamp the whole midfield. It's awful. We need a left winger. Terrible. Our fullback's dreadful. But then worry why we don't play 10 out of 10 every week. Make it make sense. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it in regards to it.
Yeah.
There's a couple of red flags though. There is a couple of red flags at the moment with Carrick though. Bringing on Malacia, instead of Heaven, like we're all screaming for Heaven there in that situation. Like Ahmad taking as long as it took for him to get onto the field against Newcastle. Like there's moments like there where you're thinking, okay, well this needs to happen a little bit early. It feels like over the last couple of games, he's almost been trying to save face, trying to get the points and get over the line, not taking too many risks. And you've seen it. We've played poor the last 3 or 4 games. You know what I mean? There's no getting away from that. We have played poor regardless of results. So for me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking this is a big test now coming against Villa. Is whether or not he's going to be confident and brave enough to make these decisions a little bit earlier, like bringing on Ahmad a little bit early, or maybe even not going with Sesko against Newcastle. You go back to Mbeumo. Mbeumo did well against City, against Arsenal in that game. It was a different kind of game, and I don't feel like Sesko suited that game. It didn't make sense to play him. Although, okay, yeah, he's on a decent run, but we've known he's coming off the bench. He's done enough to come off the bench and affect and make a difference. But there's just little things like that. The decisions, although he's got a lot of subs right, he started to get things wrong.
What's crazy about that, Ash? You just mentioned there about him starting in Bremo, like he should start in Bremo. If he don't start Sesko, and we start
everyone's going on him,
and we play the same way, people are gonna come. People are gonna say, "Oh, you should start Sesko. You should start Sesko." And in regards to it, yes, I agree with you. I won't go as far as to say red flags. I'd say there's decisions he's gotten wrong, but I look at it and go, "Are you getting more decisions right than you're getting wrong?" Yes, that's where I'm at, because there's no manager there's better managers with better squads than him that get decisions wrong. Pep, we say, and I think we're all in agreement, even though we're all United fans biased aside, Pep's one of the GOATs. We've watched Pep make all types of mistakes this season and last season with much better players and much better squad at his disposal. That's where I'm at with it. Like with him, yes, I agree. The subs should have came on earlier. Yes, you can point to things he should have done or shouldn't have done in regards to results. But I look at it and go, are you getting more things right than you're getting wrong? Yeah, so and with this, it's tough, but this is what happens when you have options, because everyone just a couple of weeks ago was saying Sesko needs to start, Sesko needs to start, Sesko needs to start. Sesko's now starting. Then it's
But he
like
shouldn't be listening to that though, flawless, should he? Do you know what I mean? He should be looking at the game individual basis. That's what he's got to be doing.
But I think it was right for Sesko to start though against Newcastle. I don't think I don't think the Sesko one was a problem.
Should not have been dropped. Ahmad should not have been dropped, I think.
What was the front three you would have went with? What would you have
Ahmad
went
was playing poor though.
I don't think Ahmad was playing poor. I think I think he had a poor game, and then people, since he hadn't scored in a long time, that's something that usually happens with players at United. If you have one bad game, but you hadn't scored in a while, people think you're on a bad form.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
You played well for many games, and you had one poor game, and you just didn't make a goal or an assist. I would have dropped Mbeumo instead of Ahmad, because I think we need to make the ball stick. Because I agreed with Sesko coming in, but then again, I also agree with Ash. It's not about start Sesko, don't start Sesko. It's make the right call. What does the game actually need, and then make the appropriate call. Yeah, but I think so. Go ahead, bro.
No, it's cool. Go on, finish.
Go ahead.
Now I was just gonna say, in like before the Newcastle game, I think any of the attackers could have been dropped because I don't think any of them were playing well. I'm saying before Sesko starting. I looked here and I don't think I look from West Ham, Everton. I'm missing a game. West Ham, Everton, Newcastle. There may be a game I'm missing. I don't think our attackers as a collective have played well overall. Like they produced moments like the Everton game, for instance, the West Ham game, for instance. But I don't think they played well to the point. He could have dropped any of them. Any of the three. Actually, 4 include Bruno in that. He could have dropped any of them. I would have been like,
I agree. Just that
live and die by the results. I hear it. I get it. Go on.
But Cunha and Mbeumo had like a goal or an assist here and there more than Ahmad. And the thing is, Cunha, I think, is the best suited for the left. So that's why I would have. But he could have been dropped as well. I would have kept him just because on the left, I think he's the best option.
Right.
And just between Ahmad and Mbeumo, sometimes Mbeumo, you can't rely on his touch and his control. And you can't have too many players. You can't rely. Because as I said the last time on the show, Saeed, it depends on the day with Casemiro, Bruno, Cunha, Sesko, and who else? Like this, that's 5 players that sometimes have great touch and sometimes they have very, very unreliable touch. The thing is with Ahmad, he always has a good touch. He can always track back. He always makes the good control. So that's one thing you need to care about less. Like you don't need to start thinking too much about Ahmad. Is he in a good day? At least he can control a ball and make a pass all the time. And when Mbeumo sometimes, and I'm a big fan of Mbeumo as well, but the thing is sometimes it's not clicking. And if it happens to be on the same day that Bruno is not clicking, on the same day that Cunha is not clicking, but then you don't have any control. So that's why just logically I would keep Ahmad on the pitch. Honestly.
I think there's a lot more chemistry there as well with Ahmad and Mbeumo. I feel like they've got a good relationship, them two, you know, up top. And when you play against a team like Newcastle, they're not going to be sat deep. They are going to stretch the field, especially at home. So it's going to leave lots of space, a lot of room to play. And I just don't feel like Sesko was suited to that game. On top of it, you know, I'm in on Harry Maguire, but I feel like Harry Maguire as well in that kind of game. You know, seeing how much it was stretched. But you know what I'm saying? The game was stretched.
He was ready.
I seen your tweet.
I was ready. Listen, because it's in these games. It's in these games where the game's stretched. And how much space did Joe Linton have? He was never covered. Joe Linton was just a free man. Aaron Maguire's not going to push up and go close to him.
I'll always back you on the Maguire thing. I'm sorry I cut you off, but you go on. But you always have help with me. Go on.
It's just one of those things that you see in like the important games where his back's not to the wall, that he leaves it so open in the midfield and there's so much space there. If you'd have had Heaven or Yoro, I mean Martinez and Yoro, they're pushing up more, they're squeezing more, which allows the attack then to press a little bit higher. But you just saw our midfield was dominated by theirs. And don't get me wrong, Tonali and Joe Linton, Guimaraes, good players. Do you know what I mean? Not Guimaraes, wasn't there, but you know, the good players Newcastle, and it's tough when you're allowing them so much space. And Casemiro looked lost in that game. You know, Casemiro's been fantastic for us for the past 3 or 4 games, but that game he looked lost. There was way too much space in and around him, and it doesn't help when your centre backs dropping so deep and allowing so much space.
You know what it is? It's the fact that for me, it's like, you know, with Carrick here, like, it's like, are we looking Carrick for tactical masterclass? Are we looking for amazing, like, flawless games? Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to deep as to why maybe, you know what I mean, like fans.
Do we need that as a manager? Do we need that as a manager at Manchester United though, Saeed? Because we need that as a top tier club. You know, if we're going to be Champions League team and we're going to be, you know, a team fighting for the league, we need that kind of a manager that understands, that can, you know, tactically outwork your opponents. Yeah. It's all great having vibes as a manager. We had that with
Amrin. Amrin was meant to be this brilliant tactician.
Yeah, but
he got found out, didn't he?
The only guy he tricked was himself. The only guy he tricked was himself. And some of his fans.
He tricked himself. Yeah. He even misprofiled himself. That's crazy. Talking about I was here to be the manager. Cool. I seen that. I was like, that's crazy. How you misprofile yourself? Shout out to whoever tweeted that. Someone put that on Twitter.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, it's a mix and blend. Yes, you want a manager who's a great manager, but also tactical, and that's where the team, not just Carrick, whoever the manager is and whoever his backroom staff are also. But we know what this team lacks, and that's why. You've seen what Carrick's done so far from a tactical standpoint and what he's done from a man management standpoint. We know where the improvements are. Currently, I think I just look at it, get back into the Champions League, and we've been linked with so many midfielders, whether it's midfielders in the Premier League. I've seen reports talking about we're looking midfielders in Spain. That's a good thing, but we have to go and recruit correctly in the summer and then go from there. And then this whole manager thing, because I don't think they have a clue who the manager's going to be at this moment in time. I don't think they have a Scooby. They'll have an idea of like names, but I don't think they've pinpointed one.
Having said that, I feel like Carrick can get it right. Do you know what I mean? He can figure out. You've already seen him, or you know, make his tactical adjustments in the squad and in the team. And I feel like, you know, he can figure it out. It's just whether or not you heard Middlesbrough fans say, you know, he struggled to adapt, similar to how Amorim, you know, struggled to adapt. And we need a manager that can adapt and can change. And that's the big thing. That's what we're going to see now over the next couple of months, is whether or not he's married to his system and he can make these changes, you know, and adapt. So I guess we'll see, but.
I just think for me, the start that we had, I feel like it's got to everyone's heads. And don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant start, but that start was mad. And then we've had a couple of games that we should be winning. You feel me? But the thing is, though, them games last year we weren't winning, but now all of a sudden
last year, this season.
This season,
at the top of the season. Remember the Everton West Ham run. Remember
but that should be our standard, though, is it?
Oh yeah, these are wins. Definitely, we won one game. People forget where we've actually. Again, I'm not happy with where we're at, but remember where we've been.
Where we've been,
but that wasn't our standard, though, was it? Do you know what I mean? That's not us, though.
No, that's not the standard. But I'm just talking about it from I didn't expect to go from where we was at to exceptional.
Because the question is, if you want Carrick to stay, then he has to show more. If you want him to do the interim job, well, then that's fine. Like, you don't need him to be tactically or that great or to outwit everyone. It just depends on where you stand. If you want him to get a job, then you need to see more. That's 100%. But if you just say, you know what, we got him till the end of the season, and then we make the decision to get someone else, but then he's doing fine. You don't need him to be that great manager. It just depends on what you actually want and what the expectations are.
And
I think there's a big problem. There's not. Oh, sorry,
No, Scott, you go.
I was just going to say the problem is the manager market. It's not great, is it? You know, it's not as if there's any standouts out there. So it's making Michael Carrick look a lot more appealing. And because we're just coming off the back of having Ruben Amorim, do you know what I mean? It makes Carrick look even better. Do you know what I mean? So we're all drunk with Carrick at the moment, and that's the worry.
You spot on, it does. On my life, it does, because again, I remember where we've been at, man. Genuinely not wanting to laugh and joke about it now, but genuinely not wanting to watch us. Yeah, genuinely, I didn't want to watch games. I was like, United are playing
crazy. It's crazy.
I've seen it as a child.
I'm sorry, it's good.
No, it's cool.
Just now that I want to actually watch the games, I have meetings and we play during the week. And last year, I could watch every single game.
Exactly.
I was always free last year to watch the games.
I remember, that's where it was at. So I'm just and because I was just asking for the bare minimum, because Carrick's come in and done more than the bare minimum. It's like, all right, I was saying, hey, just go out there. We can compete against anybody in the league. Can we start there? It's literally start from scratch. And there was a comment you put up just before, Saeed, and was saying we lacked intensity and energy. In the past.
Yeah.
Because that's our team. Because we only play in one game a week, so it's not a combination of games. We lack pace and power. We lack athleticism. That's in our team. Trust me.
We lack squad depth.
In what's the most athletic league probably in Europe, probably alongside League On. Look at our team. Just if you just line up our team and went, hey, everybody go byline to byline, just for sheer speed. we'd be near the back of the pack in regards to the majority. Like, we really, really do. Yes, the technical floor needs to get up as well in terms of on the ball and passing, etc. But our athleticism is that, yeah, it's criminal how bad it is. And that's why you see it. That's why we struggle against Newcastle all the time, because that's their MO. That's why even against 10 men, it didn't look like they had 10 men. And Leon did the exact same thing to us. Everybody remembers because we beat them and how it happened. When they went down to 10 men, they was the better side. I swear we was leading. And then they went down to 10 men and went 4-2 up.
4-2 up. Yeah. And then we won, was it 5-4?
And then we ended up winning 5-4. Like, it was literally
Crazy.
a carbon copy of that. Like, we don't have the foot speed and just like I said, the athleticism to take advantage of those things. So that's something they need to address in the summer as well. But we already knew this beforehand, before the game. It's just pissed that it happened. Like, the way the Newcastle game went, I should say. And yes, run up the likes, you lot, as well.
Yeah, run up the likes, people, if you can. No, I just think it's one of them ones where with Michael Carrick, it's that fear of him getting the job, in it. You feel me? Like, I feel like people have PTSD over Ollie, and I feel like that Ollie thing is the thing is, yeah, if Ollie was separate to Carrick and vice versa, like if they weren't together, I don't think people would give Carrick the same kind of, like, I don't know, like stick as Ollie got. You feel me? Like, I just feel like because they were together, people are assuming that this interim is going to be the same as Ollie, and it could be. You never know. But, you know what I'm trying to say to you? Like, it's not like as if Carrick has the same backroom staff as Ollie. You know what I mean? He doesn't have that same backroom staff. He has a different backroom staff, you know what I mean, that he trusts. So it's one of them ones where it's whether, like I said to you now, to the end of the season, Carrick goes on this run and he either gets better performances or, you know, Ineos see through it. Like, what if Ineos are seeing through all of this? You know what I mean? They like, you know what, man? Thanks for the memories, but you know what? We're going to move on. You know, they might do. But at the same time, you know, right now, as it stands, they don't know what's right and wrong at the minute. You know, especially with the fan base.
So you reckon Ineos are going to see through what Carrick's doing, but they was cool with what Amarim was doing?
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I think they're over the moon with what Carrick's doing right now.
I agree.
I think
and looking at the contracts as well, as seeing how much money they're saving, paying, you know, Carrick's interim wages. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think Carrick's giving them a real dilemma, because it's like, I think they expected him to like do well and like steady the ship, but they didn't expect him to get off to the flyer that he did. Whereas now the conversation is, well, should he get the job? And then because you have the whole Ollie situation, then that's is a problem. Yeah, Ollie messed it up for Carrick though, because that's what everyone who doesn't want Carrick to get the job always mention it. Oh, it's Ollie again. Seems to be is a common thing.
But to be honest, Flawless, to be honest, on what I'm seeing now at the moment, he shouldn't be given the job if we make the decision today, to be honest. It's just too early. It's just too early. And even if we don't take into consideration the time factor, it hasn't been that convincing. Like, it's a carbon copy of what Ollie was. Like, it's exactly what happened. Flying start. And then all of a sudden we get the results, we don't play well, and then we end up finishing the season without a cup or without finishing in the top 4, and he gets the job regardless. Like, I don't want that to happen. And if we're being honest, the first 3 games were very, very good. The City game was brilliant, one of the best we've seen. But after the Arsenal game, and what the game after that, Spurs?
Fulham
was already difficult, to be honest. And then after that, it hasn't been that convincing. Taking a bit too long to make some decisions. Like, I'm not saying it's not going to work out with Carrick, and just saying that now, I don't think it's a safe decision to make to appoint him, to be honest, the way I see it.
Yeah, it's well, if I don't think anyone's made a decision now, have they? Like, nobody's said like yes to Carrick right now, have they? Like,
yeah,
nobody's.
Fair enough,
I mean, I don't know if the chat have said yes to Carrick. I have not really. I'm waiting till the season until I realize what's going on.
I understand why the chat have said yes to Carrick, and people have, because we've been in hell. I get it.
Yeah.
I fully understand, man. We have been starving and someone gave you a chicken sandwich. Yes, you are going to love that chicken sandwich and laud that person whoever gave it you. So, you know, like, again, with Carrick, we'll see. Look, he's doing a good job so far. Yeah, and it is a continued thing. And Ash made a great point just before. The market. That's what's key for me. It's not like we're in for a player. You can't go and get someone who's unknown to come and manage Manchester United. So it's got to be someone with some form of resume. And it's, look at the list. Look at the list.
I mean, the first name on the list is, we got some news just recently, just a couple of hours ago. Zerbi is keen on the Man United job. He figures prominently on United's shortlist as they decide on who will be the next permanent coach. That's from Sam Wallace, Telegraph, fairly reliable. This is a couple of hours ago. Zerbi, I mean, he was always going to be on the shortlist. You know what I mean? Is this the sort of manager we need right now? A guy that's militant style, someone who, don't get me wrong, has got a good style of play, but at the same time, there's flaws in his management, in his man management, the way he kind of goes about it. He does create enemies. He does, spark a lot of debates. I mean, this guy's the media's like, when they're licking their lips, the media, they're like, yo, give me a Zerbi.
Of course, of course they are. I'd say about
Zerbi right now.
Zerbi I actually think Zerbi would do well here, but I don't think that plane's got any wheels. I think it's a crash landing. I think once that plane comes down, it's a wrap. Like with Zerbi, I think it ends.
It's a wrap, bro.
I think it ends terribly. Even if it's a year, 18 months, 2 years, however long he's here, I think it, because we've seen. Was he not arguing with someone, a Marseille player or something? And he got into
bro. He had beef with Marseille players.
Yeah.
And the fans and everything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He couldn't handle the pressure on Marseille. At United, like his head, falling off his shoulders. Like,
But to be fair, the pressure at Marseille is probably worse.
They're going to storm the training ground and that.
Their fans actually, they have standards. They want
the fans true. Yeah. But even them struggling with, he's struggling with the board and struggling with just the people above him, and that it's one of those. I don't think Ineos will go near it because it's too risky for them. Do you know what I mean? Because he might just blow up on them and start saying all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So it's one of those where it would be a big risk for them to take. I feel like they're gonna. I'd imagine they like Carrick because Carrick will be a yes man, won't he? Do you know what I mean? He's gonna be someone who's gonna toe the company line. He's gonna wear the company tie and all that. I doubt they'd want a manager who's so such a maverick and someone who's outspoken like Zerbi. So I couldn't see it, to be honest. I think leaving Brighton, they'd have taken the risk because they didn't really see what had gone on at Marseille. But having seen that now, I think Zerbi's desperate for a job, obviously, because he is a good manager. But how it all crashed and burned at Marseille, it's troubling for him. Where he's going to go next.
Yeah. The super chat here, big up Just Waff says Ineos has tied their hands by having no succession plan. Almost any manager's gamble because they don't have a vision for what the club should be. Another tactical would do the same as Amarin. Do you know what? I don't think he's the same as Amarin because I feel like Amarin was a better manager in a sense of like, you get me, like he was a bit more softer approach. You feel me? But
was
yeah,
it?
like
I mean, remember those saying? Remember he had those training grounds where the sessions where he'd be like stood like 50 meters behind all.
Yeah, because he was emotional
players.
like that, man. He was just a emotional guy, man. And I remember picking up on that. Yeah, he was. He just part of his, I don't know, ritual or whatever.
I said he was a wreck.
Yeah, he's like I don't know, man. I don't know what he was on, man. I can't lie.
He was going through. Like we watched him go through it. Like we watched him be stressed. Like look how he arrived, and then look at like how he looked after that. Because man was fresh, the drip, and then 2-3 months. That was.
Greys started coming in and that. Do you know what I mean? They start dyeing the beard and all that. Do you know what I mean? It's high degrees, and it's like it's going too far now, mate. Do you know what I mean? He's under stress. But I hate this. What we do as United fans, it's weird. We have one failure, and it's like, oh no, we can never do that again. Do you know what I mean? It can never happen again. We can never go with a tactical because we've tried a tactical. It's like it can never happen. It can never work. We've done Ollie, so that'll never work ever again. Like imagine getting a striker who's like a Berbatov. Nah, that didn't really work, so we can never do that ever again. How many times do you see? And I've said it many times on the show. You've heard me say. You keep going. You rinse and repeat until you get a manager that works, that fits. Right now, Carrick's working. The moment he stops working, the moment he's showing signs where he can't, then you look to replace. Do you know what I mean? And that's the same with anyone. And it doesn't matter if we go with a tactical, we go with an old school manager who's like an Ancelotti. It's just get this idea out of our head that they need. That's the worry that I'm gonna have. We get a new manager in, and I'm gonna go, he needs 3 years or whatever to build his squad and develop things, and that's what worries me with Ineos because they held on to Ten Hag for too long. You know, we were suffering with Ten Hag. You know, the fans giving statements and them releasing statements and all that. And then Amorim, we all knew after Bilbao he's done. This manager's not going to be good enough for Manchester United. We allowed him to spend 200 million, and then he goes for half the season. You know, it's madness where we're at as a football club, and it's the way I want to see it. I want to see a little bit more proactive as as sporting directors, as CEOs, and say, look, if he's not performing, he's out. If he's performing, back him, support him. That's simple. That's how top clubs work. And it doesn't matter what style of manager, just the one that's the best option available. Who is the best option available right now? Best option available, probably Luis Enrique. Is he available? Well, that's the problem. No, is he available? Can he be available? That's the next question. Can he be available? What's it take to make him available? Do you know what I mean? So can we do that? Can we get there? Then after that, then you've got to start asking questions and saying, well, is he better than Carrick and what Carrick's delivering now? Can we assure that? And that's where Ineos have got to be at. You know, this idea of
just to touch back on Zerbi, because I wanna go through them one by one. In terms of Premier League experience, he's probably the best one we can look at. I mean, he's been in the Premier League. He got Brighton to where they were. You know what I mean? I think they signed him under Beleba, so that might help the Beleba move. I mean, the thing is, Flawless, like with Zerbi though, is it a risk worth gambling on as well, because of the fact that you see his football, it is high risk, you know what I mean, high reward. You know what I mean? Like you put in the work, you can get the benefits from it. Like it's when it works here, Zerbi's football. It's one of the best football I've seen in the last couple of years. Zerbi's Brighton were one team to watch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, like they were a good team to watch. But again, you know what I mean? Is it worth like the players that we've got? Are they gonna listen? Are they gonna, are they ready for that style?
Yeah, like you mentioned it there. Then you're gonna get good football with the Zerbi team, and they're gonna be entertaining. They're two things for sure. But you have to back him with the correct players. Because the times Brighton got packed up because them players weren't capable of doing what was required. So if you go and get him one of the better teams in the league, you're probably going to beat most teams in the league, yes. Kind of like, not to the level of it, but kind of like Pep. Pep's, we know what we've seen Pep's football with the very best, and we've seen what it looks like when he doesn't have the players of quality. So we should be going out, no matter who the manager is, and going to get players of quality anyway. So Zerbi's one of them. It's mixed because, like I said, I think he will do well here, but I can just see a whole world of trouble. Like I can see him like an Ineos getting into it. I think they get into it publicly. I could see him shouting at people privately. Seems like the type. He'll get into it with his players as well. So yeah, like with Zerbi, it's because the option is he one of the better options. Yes, I wouldn't say go and get him though. Well, if he wants to get him, I go all right. I'd see where this is at. But Enrique is clear as day to stand out. If you can go get Enrique, you go get Enrique. If it's not Enrique, I've already said I'd take Ancelotti. Other than that,
he ain't going anywhere. He's staying until 2030. Ancelotti ain't going anywhere until 2030. He's like,
why? He signed a new deal with Brazil?
Yes, signed a new deal for World Cup, Copa America, and another World Cup as well.
Mr. I. So it's Enrique. So I didn't even know that. That's news to me. That's how out of the loop I've been. So all right. So it's literally for me. If Carrick continues to do well and we can't get Enrique, there isn't really anyone else that stand out. Zerbi's not go and get me Zerbi. If we was to, like I said, I understand it because there's pros to it, but the manager market's weak. I think it's weak.
Yeah. What do you think, Adam? Zerbi, is he a standout candidate? Is he someone that you like?
I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And I'd take him, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. Like, of course.
Sell me on it, Adam, man. I need to be sold on this. Sell me on this. Because you, I know you.
Yeah, sell us, man.
I can't sell it to you that much.
You can, man. Just give us your reasoning, man. You're a very clever individual. I want to hear this, man. I know you.
There's nothing elaborate about this, to be honest. Like he played he managed in the Premier League. He knows how to set up tactically. Tactically, he's an inspiration to other managers. So that means he has a clue. So that means when he does something I don't understand, I'm not saying he don't know what he's doing. It means I don't know what he's doing. This is, I think, quite important because sometimes with many managers like Amorim and Ollie, you can see them making mistakes and you're like, yeah, that's just a flat out mistake. That's just pure incompetence. There's no trick in this that I don't get. And with Zerbi, he's very, very highly rated in that regard. He knows the league very well. He knows how to develop talents as well. Like we can, and he adjusts. It's quite kind of fluid. Like he's not rigid like Amorim, who like he was. There's rigidity and there's Amorim that's next level. And but you know what? Like I could be convinced by someone else. It's not like that. I'm absolutely sold on Zerbi, but I think he's one of the best options, to be honest. I would have taken the Xavi as well, because the Barcelona squad they have now is the result of his work.
Yeah, I
because
agree.
When he took over that team, they had Memphis Depay and some people I never heard about in my life. Now they actually managed to get the Pedris in, the Gavis in, and all the players you see playing for Barcelona that you imagine playing for Barcelona. They are there because Xavi got there, because they had some random dons there at some point. So Xavi, De Zerbi, of course, Luis Enrique is probably, I think, the best manager in the world. So of course, that would be probably my choice number one. But it's I don't know, it's tricky. I'm not fully sold. I need to be convinced, if I have to be honest.
Yeah. The next manager that's involved is Naglesmann. There was rumors of some information that came out yesterday. I mean, he hasn't got, I think it depends on how he does in the World Cup, really, Naglesmann. But Man United has shown an interest in him. I think, is it Vivel? Did they work together? I think at Leipzig, I believe. So yeah, maybe links with that one that could help us out a little bit. I still still don't know his formation, what he likes. I mean, I remember it being a 4-2-2 at Leipzig, but I don't actually know his like style of play. Has he got an expansive style of play? You know what I mean? He did well at Bayern Munich, got sacked, I think, wrongly. He's at Germany right now, but I don't really watch Germany like that. Even was it in the Euros? Did they really do well in the Euros? You know what I mean? Considering the talent that they have. I mean, anyone like a Naglesmann here?
He's a good manager as well. He's a good manager. Yeah, he's a good manager. Are we seriously linked with him, or is just like talk?
Yeah, there is rumors about that.
It's the Vivel link. It's because Vivel worked together, didn't they? You know, at Leipzig, and you just in the same way that Vivel, you know, got in Sesko over a few players. Few players that United were looking at. So it's his influence at the club. I like Nagelsmann when he was at Hoffenheim and before I can't remember who it was at the time, but I wanted to take a risk because he was a real up and coming manager. You know, young Adam. Performing and getting him into European football, and then we got Amorim, you know, years afterwards, and played a free back at Old Trafford, and Nagelsmann, what he was built his success off was a 3-back formation. Now he did change that to the 4-2-2 and a 4-3-3 at Bayern, but he does revert a lot to that 3-back. So it's one of those where he's a possession manager. He's I'd say most similar to Amorim. And that's the worry for me, is that he's very, you know, he's more in the school of Amorim than anyone else, and you know, I'm scarred by that, and I just don't want to go anywhere near it. I like him as a person. I don't even remember him wearing the suits that he'd wear. He'd come for Bayern wearing those, you know, check suits and all that. Do you know what I mean? Trying to do it. He's got a little bit of Amorim about him there, and it's just. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like a risk. German managers in the Premier League, Jurgen Klopp did well. I'm trying to think of what was it. Say
Tuchel did well as well. To some extent.
Tuchel. Yeah. It's one of those where it's a risk, isn't it? It's a risk, you know. So it feels like the school of a Ten Hag or an Amorim appointment all over again. It feels like that again. It feels like, you know, someone who come into the Premier League who's first chance, first shot there, and you know, whether or not he can make that step up to, you know, to the Premier League football, it's different and it's difficult, isn't it?
You know what we feel like? Sorry.
That's cool. Go.
Like we feel every appointment is a risk because we take too long to sack managers.
That's
the
exactly.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Like we feel like if we get someone, we're stuck with him. If we don't get him,
stuck with him,
yeah, because we don't know let
him go or a year. Like Amorim. It was okay because he had a year and a bit, but it was just so bad that it was too long. But that's actually acceptable for the second manager. But yeah, let's go ahead, man.
Nah, here I was going to say, because I was looking here. He hasn't actually like take out Germany because he's currently there now. He actually hasn't managed like club level, highest level for too long.
Too long.
Like I was thinking about what his achievements are, because obviously his name consistently pops up. and people do talk highly of him as well. But I'm looking at, he was only at Bayern for a year, and then he was at Leipzig for 2. And then he had 3 years at Hoffenheim before that. Leipzig and Bayern Munich, you can put there as in regards to like higher level manager. So higher level management. So that would be a concern of mine of just from an experience factor in regards to it, that he's not really done it. But it seems like I say I've not watched this football like that to really have a fair comment. Go on, Ash.
Sorry, Flores. You know what made him like really popular? Like he was a hipsters manager because at Hoffenheim he came in and he got a big screen in training, like a big like Megatron screen in training, and he'd stop training and have video sessions, whilst they were training and showing where the players are playing and the position and all that. And at the time, it was revolutionary. It was like a first thing that was done, and seen to be done in football. So the Germans they dived on him, and that's why Bayern Munich gave him a chance, because he took that Hoffenheim team, and did unprecedented things with him, and what Bayern Munich like, they're a proper run club. So the moment he wasn't performing or wasn't up to a standard they were, it was like, right, you're gone, you're out. So they gets to move to Leipzig. But again, he did fairly well at Leipzig, but like you say, he's not really had an extended period anywhere. So it is a risk, and it just feels like too big of a risk for us to take where we're at right now. We don't really need to be taking risks where we're at right now. We need managers where we know they're going to secure, and it's an awful thing to say as a United fan. It almost feels like we're going back to old Arsenal territory. We need to secure Champions League. That's what we need to do for the next year or two, and then at least a solid year or two, and then we can start talking about pushing forward. And it's Nagelsmann iffy.
The thing is with Nagelsmann is that if they do well, you know what I mean, he will stay till 2028, which is his end of his contract, which will be the Euros 2028. If he doesn't do well, would you want a guy that's not done well after
Would you want him?
Not really. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want Naglesmann, man. I'm not like, his biggest fan. I
love how Saeed be asking questions at times. It's great, yo.
I'm just like,
you want?
It doesn't excite me.
You know what I mean?
It's one of them. He's not. He's got pros, but there's not a standout. I'm not saying yes, go and get me Nagelsmann is what I'm saying. If someone's like, I think Nagelsmann's a good pick, I hear it, but I look at it and I go, kind of like the Zerbi. Like he's like I'm not gonna lie. Like all these managers bar Enrique. I look at them all the same. All have pros, all are good managers to a certain level, but none of them are like, yes, go and get me such and such. Like Enrique, I'm with it. He's the one I look at and go, that makes sense. That's a statement of intent.
Yeah.
You know what you're gonna get. But Nagelsmann and who else was we just talking? De Zerbi, good managers.
Just are they the guys for Man United? Or are we setting ourselves a bit too high? Are we like, not saying beggars can't be choosers, but like in terms of like what Man United want right now, like a Nagelsmann 3 years ago, everyone was like, yo, Nagelsmann. Is it now like the fact that we've done so badly with Amorim that it becomes even more greater to find the right manager? Because if this was before Amorim, everyone would have been, yo, let's get Nagelsmann. But all of a sudden, a year and a bit, and bang, nobody's really feeling Nagelsmann. It feels a bit mad though to think that how much of his, how much of our rep has gone down, and our confidence in that, and faith in managers has gone down. But also the fact that, his rep isn't as high as maybe what people
we all
thought.
know this. Managers go through highs and lows in regards to, from a fan perspective, being the guy. It was Glasner, remember? It was Glasner.
I agree.
If you look at the majority of this season,
bro.
If you ask a general consensus, I won't say everybody. General consensus was go and get Glasner. And Amorim was
Areola.
Glasner and Areola.
Like, Thomas Frank.
Yeah.
Thomas Frank last year.
But then Bournemouth kind of fell off. Palace fell apart. All of a sudden, you don't hear Glasner or Areola's names no more, even though Bournemouth have kind of turned it around and I've gone on an undefeated streak. I don't know if they've lost recently, but I know they had turned it around at one point and was on one of the better runs in Europe. But that's just what it is. All it takes is for Nagelsmann to have a great World Cup with Germany, and everyone will go get Nagelsmann. Yeah. If he has a fantastic World Cup, they win it, or they play good football, or they get to the semi-final, or whatever, it's him. Like, that's where it is. It's literally, like I said, Glasner and Iraola were the two names. I think we even discussed that. If you go back and check some of these shows, we would have discussed their names and it would have been prominent.
Prominent,
So,
yeah.
That's what I think it is. And like, there's always the next guy.
I think you're right.
Yeah, there's always
the next big manager is a risk now. And this is a mistake we always do. Like when someone gets a new manager in and it turns out to be a hit, they appointed him at the moment where it was kind of a risk. Like when PSG got Thomas Tuchel at the time, I wanted Thomas Tuchel after he left from Dortmund.
Yeah.
And we should have had Pochettino when he left Southampton or at the time when he was starting at Spurs, not getting dragged into rumors with Pochettino in 2021 or something mad like this. So you need to make the appointment when it feels like it's a bit of a risk. Not when the guy is well known and unless it's a quality manager, a bit like Luis Enrique. But even the Zerbi now, at some point it will be too late for the Zerbi. Like it will be like it is a bit past it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you need to get him at the right moment. So that's why I wouldn't mind getting. That's why I had no problem with Amorim at first because I thought it could work. And if it works, so then we have the next big manager. It turned out to be shocking, but
bro,
that's
why it's like, yeah,
exactly. That was the kind of thing I say. You know what? Fair enough.
It's difficult, man. It's difficult to judge what a good manager will be when Man United is such a big job. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, Luis Enrique is the next one that everyone's got in mind. I mean, how realistic is Luis Enrique? You know what I mean? Like, and what would be the scenario Luis Enrique joins Man United? Have we actually thought through it? Like, I know it's like, and I don't know how this rumor has kind of come about, you know, because it's like, yo, where the hell have we just got?
You're the best, Saeed, you know.
Nah, real talk, man.
You know why you're the best? Have you thought through it, Saeed?
Nah, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason,
thought through it either, no. You know we haven't. There's a chance Ashat. I know me and you definitely have got boy through. Like in full, we can talk about it. Sorry, that just took me out.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm just thinking, like, yo, like, I don't know how we've manufactured these rumors.
No, remember it was the I think it turned out to be fake, but this report came out. It might have been, was it Leah Quip that said that he wasn't at PSG? I don't know how true it is, but that's where it stemmed from. It was that report.
Contract talks, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He was unhappy. So then everyone was
how many times have we been used?
United need the manager. Yeah, like United need a manager. So
the one thing we'll say about
go on.
Sorry, Flash. Yeah, the one thing we'll say about Enrique is he's achieved everything he can at PSG. Like he's done that.
I know.
He's checked. You know, you can say right, check, that's done. He's done it in Spain. Check, done. That's done. France done. Like, it comes to the Premier League, as much as, you know, we might not be in the best situation, you know, that is a draw in itself, is the fact that, you know, he's coming to the Premier League, and to have that on his resume, you know, to get Man United winning a league title and winning a Champions League. If he does that after Barcelona and PSG, he goes down potentially as the best one, if not the best manager of all time. Do you know what I mean? Because of what he's done there and the players that he's brought through and bringing the youth and the football he's played. You know, the teams, the style of football he's played. So there is, if he's got that hunger and that desire, and, you know, because he's got enough money, I assume. You know, PSG, I assume he's paying him enough. You know, and it'd be interesting. I'm sure if the project, you know, if you had a decent salesman, I'm sure we could, you know, at least get him thinking about it. And that's it. You know, that's all we need to do. Get him thinking about it. You know, just because, like I said, the project, you know, the idea, the you know, the image of what he becomes if he were to bring Manchester United back to the summit, then it's huge. It's a massive thing. Yeah, and I'm sure he probably enjoyed the challenge as well, because he's still a fairly young manager. You know, and like I said, he's achieved everything there he has at PSG. You know, it's difficult to continue doing what he's doing. You know, and maybe bring the player from PSG. Who knows? You know, that's the ideal scenario for us anyway as United, isn't it? You know, summer and bring the odd player there. You know, maybe Jal Neves. That'd be the dream, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and he has some qualities, Enrique, that I think are unbelievable. He has this ability of taking someone you'd think his career was over and then putting him back to his very, very best level. Like someone like Ousmane Dembele, for example. That's insane. Yeah.
He seems perfect, doesn't he? Like youth as well. Perfect with youth.
Yeah, youth. That's the same, man. He's promoted a lot of youth.
Look at Nuno Mendes. Look at Hakimi. They are the two best fullbacks on the planet. Like Dembele won the Ballon d'Or. Like those players would not have been touted to have that level before him. And the things that, for example, Suarez did, Neymar did, and Messi did when he was at Barcelona, they did unspeakable things because of the way he coached them. Like, it was crazy. And he has this ability of getting the best out of players. And that is a hell of an attribute to have for a manager.
You know what, as well? You know what? He identifies a problem as well. He saw a guy, he's like, okay, that was a mistake. He didn't stick with it. He didn't think, oh, well, I can try and develop him, or I can try and turn him into a player. He was like, nah, Ogati, I've seen enough of you, mate. Nah, we need to get rid of this. We need to move on quickly. And he did that. He was happy to do that. You know, and you saw with him the way he spoke to Mbappe. We've all seen that interview where he's talking to Mbappe, talking about, you know, for the team. That was beautiful, the way he spoke and the way he tried to motivate him. So you understand, he seems from the outside and what we know objectively, he seems like the perfect appointment, and if Ineos have anything about him, they'll do everything they can to try and get him.
Yeah, I think it's an easy sell to Enrique. The reason why I think it's an easy sell, Ash made great points about him, what he's done already in France, what he's already done in Spain. How I sell it to him is, all right, you've completed those two things. Why don't you come to England and become an absolute GOAT in England and one of the GOATs of the game? Look at this is our project. This is what the funds we're going to give you to improve the team. And now you also sell it to him is, look at the competition. You don't know how long left Pep has. You telling me you don't think you can beat Mikel Arteta, Liam Rosinha, and Arne Slot to league titles? That's how you sell it to him. Look at the state of the competition in terms of managers. You don't think you can outcoach these lot? I think that's why you do it. It's not like he's here with his prime players there, like it's Fergie and it's Wenger and it's prime Mourinho and Ancelotti that you're battling against. It's Arteta, Arne Slot, Liam Rosinha. And then even across Europe as well, when you look at, obviously, Barcelona got Hansi Flick, you don't know who's going to be there at Real Madrid either. So if I'm him, I think that's how you sell it to him. I say, not only do you come here and be successful and get lauded as a god by Manchester United fans, you also can dominate for years. I don't think this is a 1-2 year thing for him. I think you tell him, hey, do you want to do what Pep did here or Bell? Do you want to come here and win 6 league titles in 8 years?
Oh man. Don't gas me, Flawless. Don't gas me.
Yo, that's how that's how I would sell it to him. You feel me? That's how I would say it to him. That's how I would sell the job to him and say, right, we believe in you. I know you believe in you. Let's do this. Let's in 10 years' time talking about, hey, there's a statue of Enrique outside Old Trafford. Oh, sell him, man. Sell him the Theatre of Dreams. Show him
we need to put you on the job, man. We need to put you on the job.
I can sell anything, yo. Trust me, man. I can sell it. Trust me, man. I can sell anything. Trust me.
No, I think he's a world class manager. He's probably the most the elite manager alongside Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti. How many elite managers are out? Eh?
He sits at the. I agree with you. He sits at that table. Yeah.
Put it this way, you know what he is? He's what Pep and Klopp were before they came to the Premier League. It was that. You knew that if they were going to come to the Premier League, Pep or Klopp, you know they're going to dominate. They're going to be there 1-2. That's going to be them. That's Luis Enrique right now. You know if he comes to the Premier League, whether he comes to us, he goes to Liverpool, he goes to Man City, you know that they're going to be the dominant team for the next couple of years. You know that's going to be the case. And you know, it feels like if we don't get him, City, you know, he'll end up going City. And it's one of those. Like,
I know, man.
It's not out of the realms of possibility. So
Guardiola, I mean, Maresca looking to take that job, innit? You feel me? That's what David Ornstein reported. But yeah, it depends if they want him.
That's the idea, yeah. Like if I'm him, I sell him on that. Like City are looking at Maresca. So even the guy who would be the guy that's in your way, it's Maresca, Arteta, Slot, Rosinha. Yo, come, this light work. That's what I'm telling him. I'm saying if we back you properly, that's light work. Like look at what Carrick's do. You look at him and look at what Carrick's doing currently and what he's done inside 8 games. And Carrick is a novice. Let's be honest in regards to being in the Premier League, and he's came in and just implemented some basics, what you could do here, and we are going to provide you with better players as well. And I think it's an easy sell for players to join. Not only joining Manchester United, but Manchester United with Enrique. Yeah, and it puts the rest of the Premier League on notice as well, is that United are serious. Like that's a statement of intent. Whoever went and got him. If City were to go and get him, you go, all right, City are going again. Or if Arsenal were to go and get him, or Liverpool were to go and get him, that's how we would look at it. He's the one standout. He's the one manager that most people, general consensus, would say, yeah, you're the guy.
Yeah, I look at it and I'm like, yo, like he would be the guy, but for Ineos though, to get him though, like they'd have to do groundwork, man. I don't know, they'd have to lose in the Champions League Chelsea for it to be very, very bad as well. Because obviously the Ligue 1, they should win the Ligue 1, but again, that doesn't keep a man in his job because they're expected to win in the Ligue 1. You don't know one's there, bro. I think they're only a point ahead of Lons. You know what I mean? They imagine they have a disastrous season.
But why do they have to have a disaster? Why can't they have a great season and then he leaves? Maybe he leaves out on top.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Maybe he wins. Maybe he goes, hey, save us now already. Hey, make sure our English team don't win the Champions League. Have PSG go back to back. Do that.
Yeah.
And then stem from there. And then maybe then, like Ash mentioned as well, there is nothing else to do. Unless he wants to dominate in PSG. Maybe that's in his MO. Maybe it's that.
That's a shout as well. Man. Like, it comes down to the fact that, like, if you don't get Enrique, fans are like, you know what, just keep Michael Carrick. Is that a good enough? Is that excuse to keep Carrick though? Man, them, like, be honest though. Is that an excuse to keep Carrick though? If you can't get Enrique, just don't get anyone else.
But I think it's
you get better though.
Yeah,
you gotta try and get better, aren't you? Like, what's better? What's that much better? What's, you know, because
that's it. It's levels. Yeah, like if we don't get Enrique and Carrick can, again, what's key in this is Carrick doing well. Carrick has to do well, so it's on merit. If Carrick does well and we don't get Enrique and we keep Carrick, I go, all right, on merit, have you done a good enough job? Because what was the objectives and what did we want from him when he took over? All right, finish in the Champions League spots. All right, play better football. Okay, be defensively better. Okay, be offensively better. Have the team structure better. Have the team morale better. Actually have us wanting to watch Manchester United again. Has he ticked most of these boxes? Whatever they may be for you, because they'll be different for all four of us. Has he completed most of the tasks? Yes. So therefore, on merit, he deserves the job. But we just look at it funny because it's Michael Carrick. Because if another interim came in and did this well, there wouldn't be this type of conversation surrounding it. It's mainly because of Ollie.
Yeah, I agree.
It's mainly because of Ollie. Let's say Zerbi would have took over and done what Carrick's done now. How would we be talking about Zerbi?
Yeah.
Or Naglesmann.
It's a big decision. You've got to change everything together. Like, you know, you got to change the morale of the squad. You got to, like, in terms of change, like, we've got a very tight schedule in the summer. You know what I mean? Michael Carrick's going to have more time, this season with the players than maybe the manager might have on the training ground next season. You never know. Like, in terms of the time that we've got right now, bro, we got hella free time. You know what I mean? Obviously, it would be better if we had that with a top manager, but we have it with Michael Carrick. So why waste that opportunity? Some would argue, start again altogether next season. You know what I mean? It's a big question to have because, you know, you have to put into consideration the time scale. Like, if Ineos were to make a decision, you would assume that they would make a decision, what, end of the season? End of the season, would you think?
Hey, knowing them, they might make it a week before the season starts. Who knows with them lot?
Who knows? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Who knows with them lot?
Who knows?
That might make it a half time, a game in. You know what I'm saying? Who knows with them? But yeah, it's again the best. Who you gotta go and get the best man or perceived best person for the job? Who is that? Like, where the field? We keep saying this. I'm saying this. That the field's not good.
There
isn't plenty of managers you look at and I go, yeah. So of course it's risk. You want to take a calculator.
What about the B tier? The B tier, the Glasners, the Iriolas, the Pochettinos, the
Unai Emery.
Keep me away. Poch, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Glasner, because no fault of his own, I can't do a back three manager. I can't. I'm sorry. Amram scarred me for life, man. Yeah. He scarred. That's not Glasner. That's not your fault. I actually think he's a very capable manager. Yes, but
I hear it.
You know,
he has got all the formations though. But yeah,
but we know what I can't even run the risk. I don't even want the risk.
Because if you play with a back three, I want the formation on paper to be a back four, like Pep does, like the other does.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a back three on paper.
And this is a valid point. The expectations go up immediately. That is from Luke. This comment right here. Like, there's no conversation about what the aim is. The conversation goes straight.
Aim is, yeah, I know.
But yeah, the B tier is like, that's the problem. Like Glasgow, Poch, no. I like Emery, but no, I think he is the best of the B tier. Iriola.
Iriola is someone that I think is someone that I would be willing to take, you know what I mean, instead of Michael Carrick, just because I think he's done a good job at.
Yeah, he's done an incredible job.
Yeah,
he's done an incredible job.
Yeah, he's done a good job considering the amount of places he's been told to, like.
You know what I mean? That team. It was Semenyo, and that's it. Semenyo was the only one we look at Bournemouth and go, yeah. Bear in mind, 3 of his back 4 was sold last season as well, because they lost Kirkes, they lost Holson, they lost Kepa, and they lost one more.
One went to Madrid, didn't he?
Yeah, Holson went Madrid. One of them went PSG. The chat will know who I'm talking about. Centre back of there. So they lost 4 of their back 5.
Zed done it.
Was it Zabani? Was Zabani, wasn't it? Is that how you say it? Yeah. But you don't know who you're talking about. Yeah. And it's like, yeah, it was cement, and it's literally just Semenyo that we looked at, and obviously City went and picked him up. But again, it's not really a needle mover, is it? If we were
he does seem to get the best out of his players, though. He does seem to get the best out. You know, you look at a lot of them players, and you know he's improving them, and they do seem to play, you know, above the levels they're actually at. You know, so what? But there's the worry of, could he handle the pressure? You know, he's not played European football. He doesn't know how to deal with that week. You know, he's learning, so it's all learning on the job, and that is the worry. It's risk. It's a big risk. So I'd wonder if Ineos looking anyone like, you know, out of left field. You know, someone maybe like a Scaloni, the Argentinian coach who's potentially up for the job. This this will be his last World Cup most likely. So you know he's won the World Cup, probably do well this time, and then he's free to go wherever he wants.
International managers, are they? Yeah. Sometimes they don't replicate in terms of like you know club form, like wise, like you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man. They don't. It's like,
we had that with Van Gaal, didn't we?
Yeah, Van Gaal. Yeah. I mean, like, even though I don't think Van Gaal was that bad, but do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He's just known for international football, Scaloni. You know what I mean? I couldn't recognize any of the teams where he's done actually well.
Yeah,
so
he's only managed international. So
yeah.
International football is very different as well.
It's very different. You know, it's very different.
I wouldn't take my decision based on that. Like if Naglesmann does well with Germany, that's not really a sign that he's going to do well at club level. It's just that like I don't think it translates that well.
Facts. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Or maybe what about Inzaghi? You know, bringing back from you know, there's that. You know, he's surely got another run there. You know, he's seen him get into
the same arguments.
Yeah. Not his fault. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. And it's nothing to do with Inzaghi, man. I'm scarred for. Could be a long time. It might be a traumatic thing. Yeah. Like Amorim has scarred me for life. Like I will never ever like let that man rest. I will continue to scream Amorim out for the years to come. Like definitely, I'm never letting it slide. What happened and what he did, and the back three was just the epitome of it as well. That Everton game, man, when we were 10 man down and they had that still. With all the players behind the ball.
You know how resilient we've got to be to have Ollie, Ten Hag, and Amorim back to back. 3-peat like that. It's crazy.
Now, what did we do to deserve this? Someone say, is that what 13 league titles cost? We have to have them 3 back to back.
That's what it is.
Amorim was a disgrace, but he left the squad with decent players by no credit of his own. Like the club bought good players. Like he didn't have a word to say. But the damage Ollie and Ten Hag did because we allowed them to. From Maguire to Onana to Anthony to selling players to almost selling Ahmad. Oh my life. The damage these guys
It's
done.
True. It's true.
Ten Hag was the worst.
It's true.
Ten Hag was
Malacia.
unbelievable.
Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Charlotte in the chat. Big up to you. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. Big up to you, Charlotte. Listen, I look at it, I'm like, the thing is, the managerial kind of situation is it's one of them ones where like I'm not like nervous or I'm not like excited. Like it's a bit of a weird one for me. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously we've been burned by the past. Like we've had managers that we fought with the guys. We've had Ten Hag. You know what I mean? Like what would be the best? Is it a tactical or is it a man manager? Is it someone who is loud and boisterous, or is it someone who's calm, who's well? Like the thing is, what Man United need I mean, it's everyone. No one's going to be unanimous. This is the beauty of the United fan base. Like, we're all going to have different opinions here, but at the same time, nobody's going to like. The manager's thing has to be is that can he lead Man United to glory? Like, I feel like even top 4 isn't going to be enough. I feel like he's got to do something where it's going to be drastic. Obviously, going to need a bit of recruitment. But it's going to have to be something where he does something where everyone's like, wow, like this guy is the guy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? In terms of what he's doing and is it sustainable as well? Because everyone's going to be like, if he gets results, for example, if he's a guy that gets results by any means necessary, people are going to complain. If he gets performances but doesn't get results, people are going to complain. He needs to have a bit of both. But you need to find that balance of like both. Like, who is the guy to get you both? It's tough. You can't really. You can't.
But that's what we're looking for. We're looking for pretty much a unicorn. But that's what it takes at Manchester United. When you look at teams that have been dominant in the Premier League, they've had all-time great managers. We are looking for a next all-time great. Our all-time greats are just not out there like that. Like when you look at Pep, he falls in that category. Sir Alex Ferguson, Mourinho at that time, like you don't have periods of dominance in the Premier League in the modern day era being average or just being good or being very good. No, you need to be elite. You need to be exceptional. That's what we're looking for. To your point where you like, it's very tough to find a manager who is tactically sound, also is man management on point, knows when to be cool, calm, and collected, knows when to be a little bit more outspoken, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more angry, a little bit more expressive. This is what it takes to manage at Manchester United Football Club. The criteria is ridiculous. Like when you look at it, the boxes you have to tick, but this is why it's a tough-ass job. This is why we've seen managers of all sorts fail, and managers before Sir Alex Ferguson failed, and we've seen great managers go to other great clubs and fail as well. So it is extremely tough, but all we want is if a manager's successful, it shuts most of us up. Whether I rated him or not, let's say we get the Zerbi, even though I'm not sold on him. If the Zerbi comes here and dominates, all right, cool. No issue. The Zerbi delivers a couple Premier Leagues, like, he did his job. Well done. And that's insert manager name here. So that's how I look at it. But all we can do right now is speculate on who we think's the best. One thing I will say is Enrique is clear as day. Even the energy, the way we was talking. Look at the energy we was talking with Enrique potentially. Yeah. And then everybody else. The enthusiasm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, look at Klopp with Liverpool. It's one of them ones where, you know what I mean? Like it's finding that balance really with the players we've got as well. You know what I mean? Like, do we need the militant style? Do we need someone who's gonna just play tactically as well? You know what I mean? Ideas, believing in the ideas as well. Have people got time? Has this fan base got the patience for another guy who's gonna tell you? What if the guy comes in and says, "Yo, it's gonna take time. We must suffer." Do you know what I mean? Like, what if you get a guy who talks a lot and he's just like, he talks about processes.
You sack him.
I'm Storm coming and all that.
Immediately. Yeah. You know what? His phone should start, as he's saying this, his phone should start buzzing.
Yeah, he's not spending the night.
And it's like, hello? And they're like, yeah, we need a meeting with you, lot.
Yeah,
we need a meeting with you. Yeah, that's what it should be. There should be no yes, things take time. We ain't trying to hear that. We trying to hear about how are you getting us there?
Yeah, exactly.
What is the idea? Like, we need to, this is Manchester United. My aim is to get us back to the top. That's it. That's all you need to say. Don't say no more than that. That's it.
If I start hearing things about 2-3 years, I'm losing it. Yeah. He can't spend the night. He's gone by morning.
Not in the slightest, but it's looking like Arteta about to pick up a Prem. And Arne Slot did it the year before. Don't tell me about no time. Sorry. No. This is the Premier League at all-time low in terms of management levels.
Shocking.
Like potential winners. So don't tell me about, it takes time. No.
But also, so even if Enrique says it's going to take time.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear it.
Wow.
I'm not trying to hear it.
And he's not going to say it. That's the thing.
He won't say it. He won't. He's the least guy to say.
We're fully aware it will take time, but I'm not trying to hear that type of talk. It needs to be, all right, the aim is to get back. This is my way. You don't have to go full-blown into it. You know? But because this is the aim.
Winners want to win now. They don't want to win at some point.
Facts.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He wants to win now. So
facts. My aim is to win as many games as possible. That's what I want to hear.
End of.
Yeah, we're here to win all 38 league games. We're here to win all competitions we're in.
Why is it only United in this profession? You're like, oh yeah, in a couple of years, in a couple of weeks, whenever. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, get the job done this week. You know what I mean? You call up a tradesman, you're like, oh well, I'll get round to it at some point. Do you know what I mean? Some point in the future, I'll come round and sort out the drain. Some point, I'll come and do the plastering. No, give me a time and a date. I need a time and a date. That's what I want right now. When are we winning? When are we moving? When are you doing it? What's it going to take for you to get us there? That's what we want. Not this obscure. Well, you know, we're going to suffer. You know, we've been suffering. Do you know what I mean? We've been suffering. Yeah, we need to know. It's you look at, and I've said it many times. Is the look at Bayern, look at Chelsea. Forget about the European clubs. Look at Chelsea under Abramovich. Like, we all looked at them with jealousy. Like, Chelsea under Abramovich, they were dominant, they were ruthless. The most successful club in England during his period. You know, I think they've had since they sacked Mourinho the first time. I think they've had something like 16 managers or something. I don't, Flawless, I think you quoted it a couple of months ago, the amount of managers that Chelsea have had, but it shows that.
Yeah, we spoke about it. Yeah. They've had a hell of a lot of managers. Yeah.
Multiple Champions League, multiple Premier Leagues, and you know, that's the successful blueprint. That's the model. I worry now that you've got clubs now looking at Arteta and thinking, well, managers now need 6 years, and it's like, that's scary.
No, it's crazy. Ratcliffe said that in his interview as well.
He
referenced it. Oh, you've seen what Arteta's doing at Arsenal? The fuck is Arteta doing at Arsenal, mate?
He's doing terrible things. Things. He's ruining the sport.
Why is he doing what?
Bro, he was like, yo. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Jim Ratcliffe don't have nothing. Like, he don't know nothing about football. Like, I swear down, bro. Like, it definitely is Jason Wilcox running the show. Like, it is. You can clearly see, like, yeah, cool. Alma Barada's doing all the kind of thingy, but even when you see like Jim Ratcliffe speaking to the way he's like looking and hearing Jason Wilcox when he's speaking to him, it's like he don't even know football. Like, he's almost in a guide to football. And I'm like, yo, man, like, can you actually like lock in? But he don't know. He just says things to make him look good. You feel me? That's what he does.
I'm gonna give Amarim 3 years.
Yeah.
Definitely, he'll be here. 100%.
So
I did a breakdown of that interview. Trust me, I know everything he said in that shit.
Yeah. The thing is, the worst thing he could do though is just give it to Carrick, just to save himself from I reckon, like the I don't know, man, the fans doing a madness. Because if United get top 4, top 3, I don't want him to make a decision based on the fact that he believes what the fans would want to hear and what let me keep the fans happy. No, still you got to make a football decision. You can't just do it because you believe Michael Carrick has done well and you're going off the fact that everyone's happy, everyone's smiling. Because you know that could change at any point, you know what I'm saying to you. So don't just do that because you think that. No, you do it because you really believe in the guy. You're going to back him in the summer. You're going to do everything you need to do. You're not just going to, sack him after what, like, you're going to have to do a lot of things, you feel me, to keep everyone understand that this is the guy. Or if it's for financial gain, say you don't want to pay Enrique, I don't know, say for example, Enrique wants to be the highest paid manager in England, and rightly so, by the way, and you don't want to pay him that, then come on, mate. You know what I mean? Are you mad? So you're stopping us from getting Enrique because you don't want to pay him? Nah, man, get out of it.
That's the problem.
Especially when you're reducing Casemiro's wages are gone, Rashford's wages are gone. You know what I mean? Like, if you sell Mount, his wages could go as well. You know what I mean? Maguire's wages are going down. You know what I mean? You could get that wage bill down progressively, like low this year. You know what I'm saying, guys? So Ineos have got to have the right mindset to go and get the next manager. You can't just be like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, Carrick is the guy because we believe he's the guy, or there's no kind of explanation behind it. You can't.
You know what it is, though?
Run like that. You can't.
Sorry. You know what it is, though? We've seen under this ownership, the reactionary, at no point have they been proactive. They weren't proactive in removing Ten Hag. They waited to the last moment and then they reacted and thought, right, this isn't good enough. That he's got to go now. Same with Amarim. You know, they weren't proactive with that. They let the decision make itself. They've not actually been taking decisions themselves. The actual decision's been making itself. So you look at Carrick. they're going to do the same thing over again. They're going to go, well, right now the fans like him. It's comfortable for us. We're paying him enough. That decision's made itself. You know, they're not going to make a decision. They're not going to get in front of it and go, okay, yeah, Carrick might be a good option, but the better option would be to go do everything we can to go get Luis Enrique. And that's what's worrying about the ownership. We've seen this time and time again with Ineos. They aren't proactive decision makers. They very much just allow the lay of the land, what's happening in front of them, just to play out, and then just sit back and react to it. And it's worrying. It is really worrying because you know, you've seen it's taken too long with tonight. It's taken too long, you know, with Amorim. And again, this decision now, it's a pivotal decision. It's an important decision that they must be proactive with. They can't just relax and just think, okay, you know, Carrick's doing an okay job enough that he'll able to give us another year until we move into the stadium. And it's worrying. It's worrying.
You're on mute, Saeed.
You're on mute, Saeed.
Oh, sorry, yeah. He said, give Carrick the job. He's done more than we expected. Who would have ever believed Man United will make top 5 this season? Nobody. Give the man the job. I mean,
that's textbook Ollie.
Yeah, you could argue. Yeah, you could argue. That's
exactly the conversations we have.
Yeah. I mean, if he gets top 3, then it's a different conversation. But you know, it's one of them ones where, like, I think with Michael Carrick, yeah, and I did say it before, like it's difficult to demand a lot from him because he's not a tactician. He's not someone that I believe, you know what I mean, is gonna take Man United to the promised land. But at the same time, you know what I mean, what is the promised land according to Man United fans? Is it win the title? Could United win the title under Carrick? I think it's gonna be difficult. You know what I mean? Very difficult. But if it's top 4, he could get you top 4 in that. It just depends on where United want to be. You know what I'm saying to you, like in terms of, like, you know, like, tactically, you know.
Is there any manager though outside of Enrique that we look at and we go, they take us to the promised land?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it. I don't look at any of them, even though I think they're good managers, and go, yeah, Premier League winner. I don't look at Zerbi. I think Zerbi's a good manager. We spoke about it. I don't look at I rate Areola, I rate Glasner, despite the back 3 with Glasner. I don't think any of them are I look at and I go certified. Don't mean they can't get us up there. Don't mean they can't compete. But I don't look at and go, yes, Premier League winner with such and such. Hey, that's just me. Maybe you man think different in regards to some of the names, but none of them outside of Enrique strike me as that. Because like one of the comments said before, Enrique joins, it's title. That's the aim. That's the expectation.
He just raises the bar immediately.
Straight, immediately it goes.
Immediately. Yeah. And that's a very, very important thing. I agree with you. Because if you get someone like Glasner, it's like he's done well for his first year and we finished 5th, and it's like considering where they've been. And you don't want these kind of talks. You just want United to be at the very, very top immediately. And that's important.
And again, people, that don't mean them managers cannot. But to answer Saeed's question in regards to what he was talking about with Carrick, I do put Carrick in that bracket as well. And there's going to be a breakout. There's going to be managers we don't expect who go on to win league titles. There might be one this season with Arteta. I never would have thought Arteta could have won a league. So
yeah, it's mostly that everyone lost the league, then they won.
I think there is managers out there. I think there's managers out there, but not managers that suit us. To our style, so I think potentially Tuchel, Simeone, and Conte. I think those 3 managers there, they in this class of managers that we've got in the Premier League, like you were saying, you made a good point earlier. There's not good managers out there. I think the most going up against Conte would struggle, apart from Pep. I think the majority would struggle against what Conte could do with a team. I don't want to see his football at United. I've got to be honest. I think Diego Simeone, again, you look at what he's done at Atletico. You look at the teams he's beat to titles that he's done there. I think he could potentially get and I think he'd build a team that would last a few years and would be a great foundation to build upon. But again, the football, we'd have to suffer a lot with a lot of the football. Don't get me wrong. Some of the football plays really nice at times, but the majority is backs to the wall, you know, working on, you know, almost Mourinho kind of football. So I think those 3, I think there's managers there that would win us a Premier League, but I don't, it'd be a big risk, and if it wasn't to work, there'd be a lot of recovery and a lot So is that I think Enrique's the one though. I think that like he's again what I said earlier about it feels like there's a Pep or a Klopp before they came to the Premier League there right now. It's looking like that manager's there right now. We know that whoever he goes to, be it Liverpool, be it City, be it us, he's going to go and win them a title. And it's we've got to take that opportunity. We've got to go and get him. We've got to do everything we can.
Because the job he did at PSG is unbelievable. Like the way they won that Champions League, they were the best team. It is even more than that because PSG became one of the team that no one liked to probably the most liked team in Europe. Everyone was kind of cheering for PSG at some point. It became a likable team. And they never were with Messi, with Suarez, with Neymar, with Kylian Mbappe. And to remove Kylian Mbappe, of course he wanted to leave, but to be on it as well, like want him to leave, tells me what he needs to know about the manager. He thinks about football, he doesn't think about the players. Like he thinks about what makes the team better, and that's
definitely a big call in regards to it. And like you said there, the manner in which they did, and how well people will wax lyrical about how good they are on the ball, but off the ball, phenomenal as well. And again, people, just to clarify, we're talking about all this. I think he does end up staying at PSG.
I was going to say.
I genuinely do. But hey, let us dream, man. Let us dream. What else we got? Let us dream, because outside of the dream, reality is a humbler. The reality of the situation in regards to the names is really a hum. There isn't even for me, a second choice that I go with. None of these managers, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, inspire me like that.
Can I mention someone who we've not mentioned tonight, and I don't know how I feel about him. I really don't. Eddie Howe.
Not for me.
Not for me.
You know what it is? I got Newcastle brethrens crashing out about him. You know.
Yeah. No.
Crashing. When I say crashing out, crash bang wall.
Limited now, man, in terms of his
style. Yeah, I'm not with Eddie Howe. I'm not with. I think he's a good manager for that at a certain level, but for me, nah, he isn't for me.
Nah, I just not sure about him, man. In terms of like, you know, he could come across quite stubborn as well. I feel like for me, it's just one of them ones where has he become almost like a villain now? Has he stayed too long? You know, when you just see something for a while and maybe you see it for too long, you kind of like, nah, not for me, man. Like, I think if he'd have left maybe a year ago, after he won the Carabao Cup or whatever, and left on a high, I think he would be in more demand. But he's almost staying to the point where he's becoming very, very stale. And it's almost becoming something that you're like, I'm not sure about that anymore. The more I'm seeing him, you know what I mean, in this situation right now, the more you're looking at him thinking, nah, not for me, man. Not for me. Like, with what he's done. Yeah, go on.
No, it's go on, fam. Carry on.
I was gonna say, like, the more, like, what he's done there is an incredible job. Like, but I believe he's almost like he's done too much to the point now where
he's reached his ceiling. That's what it feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I feel the same. But he gets mentioned with us from time to time, and it's one of those where I feel like could he, because of what he's been limited with the Newcastle squad. You know, you've seen what he's done with a few of the players. You know, like the likes of Jacob Murphys and the Joe Lintons and stuff. Where he's progressed them and turned them into players that like done much better than you would have ever expected with them. That it makes me think, well, is there more to be gotten out of Eddie Howe? I mean, again, I wouldn't take the risk. I just know that he will be in the conversation at some point, and it's one of those where we might have to be discussing him. And it's I was interested to hear your thoughts.
It's that's fair. Nah, what you was there basically saying, Saeed, is it's die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain. That's basically what's happened with that. As you was talking, I was like, that's what it definitely sounds like. And yeah, maybe they have, but then they've spent poorly in the summer just gone. Like when you look at what the amount of money they spent and who they spent it on. But for me, no. But yeah, it just goes to show that Eddie Howe probably will be in the convo, because it comes back to the bottom line being the list is not that great. The quality, the options ain't that great. So now this is where Ineos and their money is going to select whether it's Carrick or whoever else the next manager is. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it is, and I think for me with Eddie Howe, I feel like just not right now. I think for me a couple of years ago, but not now, man. What United need, man, it's particular, and we have to be very, very particular, man, of what United need. I mean, like the fan base in terms of style. Do you know what I mean? In terms of how we play, but it all comes down to recruitment anyway, man. Like you can go and get the best manager in the world. The recruitment needs to be on point because this squad needs a lot, man. You know what I'm trying to say? Like it does need a lot. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on what you look at it. But is the squad attractive enough right now for you, Ash? Like in terms of a manager coming in, when you look at Man United right now as a whole, is it somewhere where, you know what I mean? Like, is it attractive enough? The Man United team?
No, listen, we all know there's holes in the team, but I think there's a lot of players there that can be, you can get a tune out of. You look at the forward line now, that looks fairly settled.
Yeah.
You've got Lacey coming through. We saw his little cameo against Burnley. Do you know what I mean? You've got youth players there coming through. You look at JJ Gabriel. You get to work with him in the next couple of years. So the youth squad's looking decent. Your Mantantos and all that, but. I think if it was to be an Enrique, I mean, what a sell to any player in world football. You get to go to Manchester United and play under Luis Enrique. I feel like that there. I mean, it's dream. It'd be a dream for any player to go and do that, and it's. I feel like you'd have the pick of the bunch, other than if you're competing against Real Madrid and Barcelona, maybe. Where else is a player going to want to go, other than say to Man United with Luis Enrique? Players are going to want to come to United more than they have done for a long time. So I feel like for him it'd be attractive and easy enough for him to build a squad. Because I don't think we're miles away. We need a couple of fullbacks, don't we? We need a couple of fullbacks. We need a midfielder, maybe two midfielders. A goalkeeper is looking settled now. That's always one that you go in as a manager, you're not having to worry. Finding a decent player who's solid there. Striker, we could probably do with one more. But
left wing.
Yeah, left wing, and it feels like. We've got the money to spend. We've got Champions League football. Well, I say we've got Champions League football. It's looking like we're going to get Champions League football. I feel confident.
Champions football, man. I hear it, Ashman.
No, it's too early. It's too early. It's flawless. You sound like Saeed when we had that listed for that teams up. Do you know what I mean? Do you remember? Yeah, we'll get points against Everton at home, of course. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you got to be careful. This United is a different animal now. Do you know what I mean? So we got to be careful with that. So yeah, but it feels like if we get Champions League football, we get a decent manager, then we almost get a pick of the bunch. Yeah. We've got the money. We've been cutting back. I saw something circulating on social media. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before about Jim Ratcliffe saying fans can expect something really big or something. Did you see that?
What's this? What Ratcliffe talking? What are you saying? You lot leave it.
Jim Ratcliffe was saying. I've got to find that. You talk between us. I'll find it. We'll come back to that. But
yeah. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it was.
Can't lie.
But yeah, I feel like any manager coming in, basically he's got the pick of the bunch, hasn't he? He's got a pick of the bunch. I feel like the squad's getting to a point now where you've got Kobe Mainoo in there. You could do what you want with Bruno. You could give him another year. You could cash in on him. There's a load of money coming in. I don't think football's at a point where these outlying incredible footballers. I think. To win Champions Leagues, to win league titles, I don't necessarily feel like you need the best players. I feel like you need good, capable players. To get you. Yeah. And sprinkled with a bit of stardom, sprinkled with an Burmo or an Amat, and you see that because you look at Arsenal front line, and let's be honest, I mean, what's that Arsenal front line other than Saka? And even Saka's struggled this year, really, for being honest.
Facts.
Compared to years before. So you look at that there, and that's the title winning. You're looking at Trossard and Gyökeres and Martinelli. I mean, really, compared to going off in the past, and or even compared to recent history of Mane, Salah, and Firmino. Like there's no comparisons. So I don't feel like you necessarily need. The best of the best in positions at the moment, in every position. So, I feel like we're capable enough anyway.
Like, for example, when PSG went, they got Kvaratskhelia for like 60 million euros.
Yeah.
What a great deal that.
Facts.
That's the kind of signing you could make. Like, he costs as much, or he costs less than Cunha. And if he's one of the best wing, and he's a real winger, like there's
he's on point.
He's a proper winger, man. Proper winger. You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's the thing, though. Yeah. Your signings and everything right now, the ceiling is going to be very, very high if you get a top manager as well. Because then obviously, then the demands are high as well. If you go and get an Enrique, or you go and get, I don't know, a manager below that, the expectations just are much better with an Enrique. You get me? The better manager you get, the more high expectations you got. So, and I feel like the fan base need that, man. Because right now, bro, I don't know, man. It feels like, you know, especially under Amrun, it was low. The expectations were very, very low. And for some reason now, we've won these amount of games, and, you know, fans are not happy with the style of play. So, you get me? Like, it's going to have to be one of them ones where you're going to have to buy your time a little bit with the top managers and maybe bite your tongue. But at the same time, you know what you're going to get, though, as well. You get me? Like,
and you know, Saeed,
yeah.
With someone like Enrique, you also get more players willing to sit on the bench. Because now every time we get someone on the bench, they start, I want to leave and this and that. As if we didn't have great players on the bench before. And one thing all great teams have in common is great bench.
I agree. I 100% agree with you. Like, it's one of them ones. Hansi Flick, I don't think he's going to come. I think he's going to stay at Barcelona. I think that was we kind of didn't get that. We missed the boat on that one. You get me? Thomas Tuchel staying. So that one there, you know what I mean, is not going to be likely. So, but in terms of top Champions League positions, we're kind of like, I don't know. We're kind of confident we're getting that, aren't we, guys? I think that one, I mean, do you see us kind of like a little bit messing around with it in terms of the next games? Villa, Bournemouth, Leeds. Like, is it all gone?
I'm a bit scared. I'm a bit scared, if I have to be honest.
Are you sure?
I'm not sure we have Champions League football wrapped up.
Okay.
Yeah, we go away to Chelsea. We got Liverpool at home. The Villa game's going to be interesting, although they've been, you know, on a free fall of late. But
it's far from wrapped up. Yeah, it's far from wrapped up, but I'm confident we'll get it. One, because of like the results we've been managing to get, and two, the teams around us are like, because they obviously we've been inconsistent, but so have they, and they're all in like Europe, FA Cup.
Yeah, and Villa have a game. Villa have a game.
Yeah. And I believe the last couple seasons, I think it's been like 66 points has got you like 4th and 5th. And I think if we win, I think we got 5 or 6 remaining home games. I kind of the math again on it, but if we win, I think the home games is key. I think if we win them, we get up to 66 points. And then obviously you're not gonna win. It's highly unlikely we'll win them all, but they're the ones to target, and then you pick up a couple wins on the road. So that's why I'm confident of getting into the top 5 as well. That's where I'm at with it. So I think we'll get it. It's not wrapped up, no, but I think we'll get it.
Yeah, I think if you look at the fixtures that we've got left in the league, you know what I'm saying to you, we might have to win like maybe 5 or 6 out of the 9 that we have left, or maybe I think we've got more. Have we got more than that? Or is it 9 games left? Yeah, 9 games left.
It's 9 games.
We might have to win 5, maybe 5.
I think we got 5 home games. Is it not like Villa?
5 home games, okay.
Sunderland, Forest.
Our home form was quite good,
Liverpool,
you know. Never lost at home in a while. What's that home form like? Lost 1 game at home, is it? Or none?
Everton last, weren't it?
Everton will be the last one. Arsenal beat us opening day. Everton as well.
That's it. At home.
Yeah, at home.
2 losses at home.
Yeah, but a lot of draws. A lot of
draws. Yeah, there is a lot of draws, to be fair, in that aspect. You know what I mean? But that might still be. I mean, from where it was last season, we lost a lot of games at home last season. A lot of games at home.
We lost a lot of games at home and away.
Yeah.
So, we just lost a lot of games.
Yeah, like I think having that is not bad at all. Having that that home record as well. It's just a kid, like I said to you, do we have the squad rotation now to keep doing this? You know what I mean? First 11. Can Man United keep up the hunger? Can Man United keep up the rhythm? Because you're saying there, Adam, you're not really confident, but it's about knowing the best 11 now. Is it Ahmad that plays now? Is it Sesko? And Boomer, does he get dropped now? Do you know what I'm trying to say? That there's big questions now for Carrick now in terms of what he's going to do. Now, all of a sudden, you can't just have the same team anymore. You know, before we were kind of enjoying the same team. Now you can't just have the same team now. You got to have, Shaw, is he off? Is it Mazraoui, if he's obviously fit? Is it him at right back or left back? Is it Dalot back? You know, what do you do in terms of the midfield? Do you keep it the same? You know, Xerxes, I can't lie, Xerxes been knocking on the door now. A couple of decent games.
Cameos. Yeah, he's had a couple good cameos. He has. He has.
He got an opportunity. Do we play a 4-4-2? Do we play a 4-4-1-1? Something like that? Like, do we change it a little bit? You know, Ahmad instead of a boot. There's a lot of questions now, man. The honeymoon period might be over now for Carrick, like in terms of
I think it is.
Yeah, like not in terms of like how you feel about him, but like you know how like okay, cool. Now you need to start picking the right team.
No, exactly. Now you get to work properly.
Yeah, now you get to work now. It does feel like the crunch time of the season now.
Manager bounce is finished now.
Yeah, kind of. I agree.
Yeah, in a sense, like he's not finished, but like he's not gonna have the same grace as before. You feel me? Like, yeah, even though it's still one loss. You know what I mean? Like, I seen today something on Twitter, like it was like, you know, 5 wins. Sorry, was it 6 wins or was it 5 wins?
Yeah, six wins, 1 draw, 1 loss.
Yeah, bro, like it's mad. 15 goals scored, 3 clean sheets. I mean, it ain't bad at all, you know what I'm saying? But that 1 loss as kind of with 10 men. If it wasn't with 10 men, yeah, I think it would not have been highlighted.
No, it's always as bad, man. We're Manchester United. When we lose the sky's falling.
But the thing is, the problem is we saw the loss coming. I think that's what's more annoying.
Yeah,
we saw the loss coming. Performances were like kind of getting worse and worse, and then it ended up with a loss. So that's the if we were very happy with the performances up until then, and then we lost, you just say it happens. But it was kind of coming, and now I'm just afraid. Are there more coming? I hope not.
I don't feel like there was. I said before the Newcastle game, I felt like a loss was coming, and it was one of those where we weren't performing. We were just getting over the line. It felt like we were, and I've said it before. It felt like we were comfortable just to be in games and then try and nick it. Whereas now it feels like Carrick's almost, you know, the gauntlet's been thrown down to him. It's a challenge now to say, are you good enough for this job? And there's a problem in that he's almost got too long to think about a squad. Like if you've got Europe and you've got cup competitions, the squads almost pick themselves. You know, you rotate players and you bring players in and out. Whereas because there's been 10, 14 days between some games, that he almost will all be overthinking it and thinking, well, these players that have worked for me in the past, well, why wouldn't they continue to work for me in the future? And I feel like we will see him pick very similar teams, and I don't feel like he's going to change much. But I do feel confident that maybe he'll start making subs a little bit earlier if it's not going his way, because he's seen that it's not worked in the past. Or at least if he doesn't do that, then it's showing that he's not a manager that's capable to change. He's not malleable in his coaching and his tactics. So there's a lot to see and kind of watch closely over the next couple of games with him and how we perform and what he does with his team.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's there's a lot of question marks, I think, right now. You get me, especially with certain players and whatnot. Their performances have dropped off massively. You get me, but I think, like, you know, the break. Obviously, we've got a nice little break now, but like again, I think the players would love to be playing football and getting the rhythm. You get me, rather than going and not having 13 days off. You get me, so. They've got to get back on it, man. What a better way against Villa, you get me, to get back on it? Because, like I said, Chelsea and them man are there, but I don't really look at them. I'm like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've got to focus on our job. Like, that's the main thing we've got to be doing. Focus on our job and do what Carrick needs to do and do what the team needs to do. That's the main thing for Man United. I think everything else is just noise. I think a lot of people are waiting for Carrick's downfall. I hear it, because at the end of the day, they can be like, I told you so. But at the same time, you know what I mean? Like, we got to get top 4, man. That's the main thing. Forget about where Carrick gets a job. United needs to get top 4 or get into the position of Champions League. That's the main thing.
Champions League spots is crucial, and it's not easy. And with Carrick, these are all questions like, this could be the difference in it. Now, it is going to be the difference in him potentially getting the job or not getting the job. So we're going to find out right now, like, about Dash was mentioning squad rotate, like that he can't squad rotate because of the lack of games, and it's only 1 game a week. You mentioned it, Saeed, about the options that he has. Does he put Ahmad back in the side? Does Xerxes start? Does he switch the formation? Who does he drop? Does he go the same? But these are all good things to have. The thing I like about our bench You know, I'm glad that we can bring Ahmad and Xerxes off the bench. Because too far, too long. Our first teamers have been shocking. Never mind what's coming off the bench. Remember, we've had front threes of Anthony, Garnacho, and Højlund. So, like, the fact that we can bring Ahmad and Xerxes off the bench and you look at what's in front of that is good. They need to perform better, though. I don't even put most of this on Carrick. Yes, he's not blameless. Most of the players. You lot can play better than that. Like, even against Newcastle, yes, we didn't play the best. We still had the chances to win the game. And Bromo's missed 2 sitters.
Yeah.
He's missed 2 sitters. You know how the header we should have scored as well. Like, again, if you're not playing well as a unit, at least give me moments. And for the most part, the attacker's done that. But we're looking at bad performance against Villa. Of course, Villa's not going to be easy. We do have a great record against them. Go win, and I think they're the one that level with us, aren't they? So then we take 3 points out of them.
Yeah, 3 points. 6 points.
Yeah, be 6 points, and then you'd be hoping Liverpool or Chelsea also drop points as well. Chelsea I think they play Newcastle. I'm not sure. And Liverpool gonna win. They got Spurs.
Yeah.
So Liverpool gonna pack up Spurs at their place. But hopefully Newcastle can do something at the Bridge.
Yeah. All in all, like I said, it's exciting times, man, for Man United, man. Like, you know what I mean, in terms of how the season could end, man. You get me? Like, it's not all been doom and gloom. But again, like I said, we've got a very, very, demanding fan base, innit? You get me? That don't really understand. You got a lot of them who are still mourning of Amorim, and then you've got the other side who, want to see Man United just, are happy that we're winning games. You know what I mean? The fact that Man United are winning games, I didn't think would be such a mad kind of topic, but it is right now.
They just want to complain, man. A large proportion of our fan base, man, is a stereotypical woman, man, just never happy.
Yeah.
Okay, bear in mind it's stereotypical there. Just go and complain regardless. Win 5 games in 5 and you want to complain, like, all right. I understand critique, yes, but it's the over the top. But the last guy won 5 games in 5 months and you was cool with it.
Yeah. 100%.
You was cool with it.
You were cool with it.
Why do you have to keep mentioning it? Why do you keep talking about it, Joe? I'm trying to forget it. Do you know what I mean?
You know what it is, Ash? I'm never letting it lie because of the criticism we receive. I am never ever letting it lie. Ever. People like let it go. No. Nope. I'm never letting that Amorim era go. I am never
Listen, I wanted to let him go early, but
I'm still on Ollie. I'm still going for Ollie's neck.
I am never letting the Amorim thing go because the criticism that we got on this platform, just here alone for saying, hey, this is terrible. I know you lot, you know what I'm saying, doing it for views and being negative.
Enjoy the atmosphere. That's got to be the highlight.
Enjoy the atmosphere. Enjoy the atmosphere. You lot was there. You and Double A went to games. You lot know how bad it was.
Saeed knows the shit we had to listen to, put up with, they give him time. Oh, he's not got his plate. Oh, this. Honestly, the pain we had to go through, that man. That's why I'm trying to forget about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go.
I'm going to be on that man's case forever.
Bro, I tried to. I was at Old Trafford on Saturday, yeah. And funny enough, I bumped into a Sporting Lisbon fan. And he was like, guys, man, you should have kept Ruben Amorim. You should have kept him. And I was like, bro, like,
just kicked him out.
Man. You see what Carrick's done? He's like, yeah, but he's done good. He would have been the guy for you, man. But yeah, he fair play to him. He tried to just like back his Portuguese brethren in it. And for them, yeah, he kind of changed their football club in it in terms of what it was. And
brought him back.
I hear it, but for us, he did the opposite. He actually set us back, man. You get me to the point where we're playing 1 game a week. You know what I mean?
Hell, man. I didn't think it could get worse than Ten Hag. Legit.
Yeah, true.
I didn't think there was a lower level of hell than Eric Ten Hag. And Amorim said he is a trap door.
Ten Hag is actually a competent manager. He's just such a prick.
That was the problem.
But Ten Hag isn't managing anymore. He's not even managing anymore. You know?
Yeah, but that was the problem with Amorim.
He's the technical director at FC20. The guy we should have given time to. He's the technical director.
That's the guy we should have given time to.
That's the guy we should have given time to. Who's going to take us back to the top, Adam. And the guy we was criticizing too hard is the technical director at FC20, not Ajax, not Feyenoord, not PSV, not one of the elite teams in another. FC20, technical director.
Yeah, I know. It's mad. You said that flawless, yeah. Like, everyone blames Man United for ruining careers, yeah. But who's actually left Man United done well? Like in managerial.
Because they weren't good enough, but they just we're the big bad wolf, so they'll always blame us. Because if we sack a manager and he goes on to win a Premier League or a Champions League, you'll never hear the end of it. It's like when players leave here and quote unquote do well. Like, you know, certain player left there was scoring a whole heap of goals, and that team finished 30th in the Champions League, and you didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah.
Let us finish 30th in the Champions League. Let us finish the 30th for saying goalkeepers doing terrible in Turkey. I see his mistakes all over and up and down the timeline. Every week, no one don't mention it.
Boy. No, but real talk though, Moisey, yeah, cool. He might be the only one that's won a trophy, I think, since leaving.
But that's his level though.
Yeah,
with Moisey, like we know what he is. Like Moisey, mid-table can win you a Conference League. I don't think anyone was shocked by that. But that's Moisey. He's not a Premier League manager.
Van Gaal, I don't think he managed after. I think he kind of retired.
Yeah, he managed the Dutch team. He managed the Dutch team. Got them to the team. He beat
World Cup 2022. That was it. I mean, Ten Hag again didn't get a job. I think he got Leverkusen. 2 games.
Yeah, 2 weeks at Leverkusen. Yes, don't forget that. He had 2 weeks, and they said, nah. We should Leverkusen, you know, not Bayern Munich, not Borussia Dortmund, not one of the, you know, the bigger clubs in Germany. Leverkusen, nah.
Bro.
2 games, 2 weeks, and he was out of there.
And then after that, it was what?
You got Mourinho over there. And I hate to say this, he's dominating Turkey, man. He over there.
He won with he won the Conference League, was it? Roma, yeah.
Roma.
But it's not setting in
the standards, though, innit? Let's be honest.
Mourinho, you know. That's what I'm saying.
Did he have a sabbatical? No, he went Tottenham, didn't he? He went Tottenham.
Yeah, he went Tottenham, and then like I said, he
got them to the League Cup final, if you remember. Yeah, then got sacked for the League Cup final.
Yeah, he got sacked. Yeah. And then Ruben Amorim, I mean, what job's he gonna get, man? I don't think he's gonna get a decent job. You know what I'm saying?
I can't wait for him to get.
He'll end up in like Brazil,
that team, wherever it is. Yo, I can't wait.
There were rumors of that, to be honest.
I need to get a managerial job, man. Like,
So we haven't really, like I said to you, we haven't really had a manager. That's what I'm saying to you. Like, so when people say, "Oh yeah, but you always keep doing this, keep hiring and you keep firing, but you guys are the problem," but I'm like, yeah, but if they were not the problem, so why did it go elsewhere and do badly? Why has Ollie gone to Besiktas and not done great and been sacked? Why has every manager been sacked after? You feel me?
Because
it's true.
We made the poor decisions.
Really blame us.
We made the poor decisions, but the other clubs after us, they said, but they got hired by United, so surely there must be something.
Yeah.
The fact of the
you gonna find out. You gonna find out. Ask Leverkusen about Ten Hag. They found out. Oh right, yeah, okay. And that was
2
the
games is wild, though.
2 games. And people now he's
I love
the
that.
director of football.
I love it. I'm with Ash on this. I love it. 2 games is. It's just perfect.
Yeah, this ain't working, lads. All right, done. See it. Do you know what I mean?
Because you know what it means? It means that for the last 2 months preparing the season, I had to interact with you, and you were such an unlikable guy that I've already had enough of you. Yeah. I love it.
There's red flags though for Omar Barada, them man, because they can't get the wrong appointment again, man. Like them man, they're on. They've literally you guys have to put it in perspective. As much as they've done well in terms of recruitment, yeah, I've given them credit for that. But in terms of appointing people, Dan Ashworth hired, sacked. Ten Hag, new contract, sacked him a couple of months later. You're looking at Amorim, went all the way to Spain, got him. Then they didn't sack him after the opening final. Then said we're going to back him for 6 years or whatever they said. And then after that sacked him because he called them out, not for results. What else, bro? They've spent a lot of money and wasted a lot of money.
That's so just Saeed is enough to give him the chair, man. That gives you the foot. If this was a court, you throw the book at them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, you throw the library at them for that.
Leverkusen would have sacked him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So, boy, no, real talk. But that's to say to you, Ineos, in terms of managerial appointments, man, it's dark.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, it's dark, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Here the thing is,
man just don't know what the hell they want.
Yeah, they can't afford to get it as catastrophically wrong as they have, because you're gonna get wrong appointments. But 1, you can't get it that wrong, and 2, act on it. You can't just let it linger and just be like, all right, I'm just gonna stick my head in the stand and not make the. And it was clear as day that Amorim wasn't the guy, and they persisted and persisted and persisted. Just because they didn't want to be wrong, they didn't know, whatever the case may be. Ridiculous.
My philosophy, my system, my back three. Fuck that, man.
My back three, yeah. All of that bullshit, bro. You get
I
me?
was
Like,
talking about the weather all the time, storm and good days and rain and shit. I've had it up to here, man. I've had it up to here.
He'd never seen a storm. He'd come to Manchester and he's like, "This is the weather here, okay?"
yeah, it's the weather. Yeah,
These people are used to it, man. Yo, man, when I saw him pick up the mic at the end of the season trying to make a speech about storms and good days and people were cheering him on, right? The level of cringe I felt, God give me strength.
Cringe, man. It is cringe, though. You get me? Like, it is. It's mad, bro. You get me? Like, and this is the thing, man. Yeah, exactly. Omar Barada has to be. I don't know who's the one that's gonna be appointing him. That's the thing, though. Is it Omar Barada? Is it Jason Wilcox? Who is the guy that's going to be appointed?
How's Jason Wilcox got any kind of credentials to say that he should be appointing the manager of Manchester United? What's he done? What's he done in his career?
Boy,
you know what I mean? It's wild.
That's his lane. That's his lane. But is Omar Barada the guy to do it? That's what I'm saying. He might go and get someone because he knows them, or he might think, you know what, man, this is the guy that we believe it should be. I think he's going to be the one that's going to be like, nah, allow Carrick. You get me? I reckon probably Wilcox is going to want Carrick, yeah. But I reckon Omar Barada's going to be like, yeah, nah, not for me. You feel me? Like, I don't really like this guy. You feel me? Like, I don't think he's the guy to take Man United forward. I think he'll think he's good enough for now. But deep down, I do believe they're going to be wanting a new manager. He's just going to be itching for it because then he'll be like, yo, I was the one that got it right. I'm the guy, you know, that was the one that appointed him. That's the reason why they were stubborn to sack Amrin. Right, someone sacked Ten Hag because they wanted to look like, you know what, we're a club that we've got values, we've got this, we've got that. You know what I'm trying to say to you? We like to do this. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? So, end of the day, you know what I mean? They want to be right in that regards. You know, them ones there, bro. So, that's why they're doing it, bro. Shout out to someone's raided, I think, Tutto Calcio Pod. Who the hell's that?
Juventus podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? You know them?
A couple of people in my live stream that know them, and I had sent people over there to them. So yeah, Juventus podcast. I know them well like
shout out to you lot. I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, they seem like cool people.
Yeah, shout out to you lot, man. Appreciate you lot for raiding us. You know what I'm saying too. I don't think we're after anyone from the Serie A, man. So yeah, shout out to you lot, man.
Should be Yildiz.
Yeah, Yildiz, man. You know what I mean? Let us know if you get Yildiz. You know what I mean? That would be a good player. You know what I mean? I think AC Milan, did they win 1-0? I think they won 1-0, isn't it? Let's check 1 second. Yeah, 1-0 AC Milan. Estupiñán scored. So I don't know what that means now for the race. 7-point gap now. Yeah, Inter Milan should still win that league, man. If I'm being honest with you. So yeah, like I said, it's one of them ones where I don't know if we can trust these guys, but we almost have to, innit? It's one of them ones we can't do anything. Innit? You know, we almost have to believe that they're gonna come see sense and realize they know what's best for Man United, but unfortunately, I don't think they will. Yeah, I mean,
you know when you get in the back of a taxi and you know where you're going to this destination, but he starts making mad turns. There's nothing you can do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just know he's making mad turns, and you're like, wait,
for real,
where are we going? Am I being kidnapped right now? You know, when do I talk up? When do I? When do I speak? That's what it feels like.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man. So yeah, let's see, man. Let's see, people. But yeah, people, we're gonna wrap it up here. Please like the video. I don't know how many likes we're on right now, but you guys have enjoyed the podcast. Sunday night, you know what I mean? Like I said to you, United not pay this weekend, so we thought we'd have a conversation regarding the managerial and appointments and whatnot. So yeah, guys, let's get these likes up to at least 400 likes. We've got 740 in the building, and we should be on at least half the likes. So you lot hit the like button right now. Ash, love as always, man. Big up to you, bro.
No, pleasure as always. Thanks for having us, Saeed, and chatting to Flawless and yourself and Adam and the chat. And now, always fun to come on. I know we've not got football United to talk about this weekend, but there's always something to talk about United, and it's always good to be here. So yeah, no, thanks for having us as always. No content this week, you know, because mainly do vlogs. So yeah. But check us out next week.
Yeah, big up, man. Definitely. Big up to my guy Adam in the building as well. Big up to you, bro. Love.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, man. Always enjoyable, this show, man. Closes the weekend very nicely, and I always had a great time, man. Thank you. Big up Ash, Flawless, the chat, and yourself, my bro. Till next time, man.
Come on, definitely, man, definitely. And a big up to my guy Flawless in the building. Flawless, let them know, man, what you got coming up.
Sure, first and foremost, big up for having me on your platform. As always, Saeed, appreciate you for that each and every week. Shout out to Ash, big up Adam. Shout out to Double A as well. Jamie couldn't make it. Yeah, big up to the chat as well. Yeah, like I only echo to Ash and Adam say, always enjoy this show. It's better to be talking just more positively because United have been performing better and doing better. Naturally discussing like see smiles and things of that nature and good energy. Yeah, coming up, just a sports Q&A coming up. So talking all the FA Cup games that have gone on, looking ahead to the Champions League coming up, and next week Premier League and top 5 race, and the whole circus that's with these clowns who join my channel on a regular basis, people. So yeah, come tap into the circus and that. Sarcasm City TV.
Yeah, make sure we're gonna head to Sarcasm City TV right now. Make sure you do check out the channel, like the video when you join in. I'll be back tomorrow midday live, and yeah, I'll see you there, people. It's been a good show. Like on their way out, and then we'll see you this time next week, man, after a Aston Villa win, hopefully. Take care. Peace.